Tweet, text, Facebook, all your friends, because I'm going to talk to the entire Braxton bunch today. We go way back to season 4 of their hit reality show. Wow. But first, I'm going to talk to the youngest of the bunch. You may know her as Grammy and Emmy-nominated singer and TV personality. She's one of the only women to appear on 4 TV networks at the same time. Bionic woman. But no one knows her like her family, who lovingly calls her loud and melodramatic. We'll talk about that. Please welcome the fierce and fearless Tamar Braxton. There she is. Girl, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Give it up for my guest. Isn't she amazing? Wow. I don't even know where to begin. You and me get together, we could talk all day.
I know.
When you started, your show was Family Values. Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean to you?
Well, it just means for me that, my family is someone who can learn from each other, fall out but fall back on,
Yeah.
and pray together and always stay together and believe in the same things.
Yeah. Isn't it the glue that holds you together that really is the most important thing at the end of the day?
Absolutely.
We've got our husband Vince here. We're glad to have you here, Vince, on the show today. When you start talking about you and Vince, is it your differences that draws you together, or are you just alike? Do you have the same family values?
Well, you know what? We're nothing alike.
Okay.
But
the scoop, girl. I want the scoop up on here.
Well, we were actually preacher's kids, and that is really what stuck out to me. And Vince is a really nice guy, and I wasn't used to that at first. I was used to getting dogged, and I didn't know that I like nice guys.
Okay.
The people that are nice to me.
Okay.
But he understands me, and he's patient with me, and that's another thing that was so attractive to me when we first met.
Vince, you got your hands full with this girl, man.
Yes, I
Make
do.
you pray, don't it? Talk to Jesus. Talk to Jesus. Tell the Lord all about it. How do you managing her and being her husband? Do you see bleed over where the husband shows up at work and the manager comes home? How does that work?
Absolutely, it's definitely a thin line. But at the end of the day, I want what's best for her. I want to see her happy. I want to see her achieve everything that her mind can believe that she can do.
Yeah.
So you just take the good with the bad. You take the, those times when it's too much. You just walk away and you come back and you start over again.
But it ain't never too much, though.
This is daytime television, baby. Let me
No,
tell
I'm
you,
joking. I'm being
this is
facetious.
daytime television. Hallelujah.
I know, right?
Okay. But you're a strong-spirited, independent kind of person. Does he keep you grounded? Is that what you love about him?
He does, but you know what? I can't sit up here in front like, we don't argue a whole lot because there's a lot to argue about. Like, he's my manager, he's my baby daddy, he's my husband, he's my agent. Like, it's a lot going on,
Yeah,
and it's a lot to discuss. And I think the problem sometimes for us is knowing when to cut it off, Because, we could be watching TV and, right in the middle of the TV show, I'm asking a question about business. He's like, can we just watch the movie?
Right.
So, I'm really constantly working on that, but I do know that, it's nothing like knowing somebody has your back, and I know he has my back 1,000%.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. You mentioned him being your baby daddy. Let's talk about the baby. How's Logan doing?
Logan is amazing.
Oh.
Logan saved my life. He just did. He saved me from myself. And, he just really stops me from being so selfish and just so self-centered. And everything is all about him. It really does bring me back to family. And that's the core of who I am.
When you say, it's funny that you should say that. The only person I ever heard say that about their child was Tyler Perry.
Really?
Yeah, he said the exact same thing.
He did.
That the baby saved his life. In your case, what do you mean when you say that?
Well, I was just so focused on my career and so focused on what Tamar wanted to do that, when Logan came in the picture, it became all about Logan and all about creating this positive, beautiful family and being the best person and woman and mother that I could possibly be. And that is what gears me and drives me to this day is Logan.
So when you start talking about motherhood, does the kid make you the mother, or do you think you were a mother waiting on a chance?
Oh, well, you know what? The most beautiful thing that has come about me being a mother is that I want more kids. I never thought I would say that.
Really?
Never.
So wait. You know your husband's been losing weight and working out in the gym, all this stuff. You getting ready for another baby?
I'm getting ready.
Oh, Lord. Maybe we need to move this show to nighttime. I can really get down. I can dig down in here and get some stuff going on. What suits you?
Knowing that I'm giving myself.
The reason I say that, you are giving in so many different areas. Being a mother is about giving.
Yeah.
It's not about taking, it's about giving. Sometimes being a wife is about giving,
but
too.
that's what makes me truly happy.
It's
seeing
giving.
other people happy.
Okay, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
When you start talking about happy, there was a moment you weren't happy.
No.
When you walked away from the real, talk to me about how that ended and what that was like for you.
Well, I definitely didn't walk away.
Well,
If we're going to be 100% real.
okay.
That was just devastating to me because that was my baby. I loved it. I loved the women on the show. I loved showing up at work every single day. I loved interviewing other people because I've always been on the other side.
Right.
So that was...
I like that too.
Yeah, I think that is something that definitely broke my heart. Probably my spirit.
When you look back on that, what did you learn in the loss?
I just learned that I have to take the good with the bad, and I have to learn, and I did learn that things are only for a season. And I know we used to hear that. We hear that from you. I used to hear that from my parents growing up, but I didn't really learn that until now. Like that situation, the relationships that I've built at that time, that was just for that season. And I have to be grateful for that season. And I'm happy that I had a chance to be in that seat and situation. But I got to take the things that I learned and in that season and move on with the rest of my life.
Let's move on and start talking about how you hosted Soul Train and what that was like for you.
Yeah, the pre-show. This is like my 3rd year in a row. It was so much fun.
Really?
Oh my goodness. Like I still get starstruck to this day. It's crazy. I remember talking to Bobby Brown and Tito Jackson, and I'm like, what? How did I end up here? Yeah, so it's very humbling and it's such an amazing opportunity. I'm just so glad they have me
They
back.
loved you. Social media was on fire that night because of you.
Oh, wow.
It was incredible. Listen, I've got so much more to say to this lady. Stick around. We've got more with her and Vince when we come back.
I love you so much.
I love you. Oh, I'm honored. Don't tell anybody.
I'm not, never.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. We're talking about family values today, and I'm talking to the fearless Tamar Braxton and her husband, Vince. When you start talking about being fearless, and you look fearless.
Oh, wait, thank you.
You look fearless. You walk out on the stage like you're fearless. You sing like you're fearless. You move like you're fearless. What scares you?
All of that.
Really?
Oh, yes. Yes.
When you walk out there, are you really?
Yes. You don't be scared sometimes when you go out to preach?
Don't be in my business like this is my talk show. It's your show. Come on, man.
No, at first, yeah. At first, all the time. But, then this is what I feel like I was born to do, and I love to do it. I can't imagine doing anything else. So, I wouldn't rather be any other place in the world than at that moment.
You know what I think that's amazing is that gifted people are often fragile.
Yeah.
That you can be mighty on stage and the lights on and really be powerful and be worried about things that people would never imagine that you deal with from day to day.
Yeah, a lot of people don't believe that I'm a bit shy. I am. It's hard to believe. I have an opinion. I'm a little loud about it when I have one, but I'm a bit shy.
You went through that moment where you were Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
And that to me was amazing.
Thank you.
And right in the middle of it, yeah, I know. You left early because you had a pulmonary embolism.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. That must have been shocking.
Listen, so I thought that I was going to go to the hospital to get an IV because I was sick. They did a whole lot of blood work, and it's a blood test called a D-dimer, and it was elevated. And I wasn't really, alarmed by it. I just thought it was just elevated because I thought I had the flu. And so I told the doctor, I'll be right back. I'm going to go dance, and I'm going to dance with the Backstreet Boys, and I'll be right back. And she was like, no, I don't think that it's a good idea for you to leave. But I left anyway. And I thought I was going to go home after I danced, and because I thought I felt better because I wanted some grits and some chicken. I was hungry. So I was like, Vince, I want to go home. I'm hungry. He was like, no, you have to go back to the doctor's just to make sure it's clear. So we go back, and the doctor comes in maybe 20 minutes later, and she was like, I don't know why you left, but I'm glad you came back because you have blood clots. She said, and not only do you have a blood clot, you have several of them. And come to find out, I had blood clots in my chest, in my arms, in my neck. Like I was almost a story.
And now that you're back up on your feet, you're working on a new music project.
I am.
So I want to know something that nobody else knows.
Yes.
We got it like that.
We do.
Shh, give me the scoop. I want the scoop.
Well,
What's going on, girl?
well, let me tell you something. This album is
brothers.
probably my favorite thus far.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why would you
Well,
say that?
because
What is
I'm
it?
so sure about who I am.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to get validated by anybody.
Okay.
And I don't need it. It's just for me, and the things that I'm inspired by is what I'm writing and singing about. And
So are you saying that your music evolves as you evolve?
oh, absolutely.
Oh.
For sure. I think this is my best work yet. Yeah, for
Incredible.
sure. I'm
We
really
are
proud of it. I
all
can't wait.
We are all
I can't wait.
We are absolutely all ears, and we are nosy. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, all 5 of the Braxton sisters, mom and dad and everybody, aunts and uncles, everybody gonna be up in here. Tony, DeWanda, Tracy, Trina, so much more. I'm about to be outnumbered, but I can hold my own.
That's
baby.
right.
You won't want to miss it.
So good. So good.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's get this party started. Are you ready? We're talking Braxton family values today. We've got Tamar, we've got Tony, we got Tracy, we got Tawanda and Trina. Everybody's here. It's going to be crazy. It's nice to have you all on my show.
Oh, thank you.
Last time I was on your show. This is so cool. I feel like somebody. Let's go back to last time and take a look. This toxicity is nauseating. This is a disgrace to all the millions of people of color who idolize you, who wish their family could get out of the ghetto long enough to get a shot like you got, and to see you climb all the way up here and talk to each other like this. It hurts us in places beyond your family. You're spoiled. That was a tough conversation.
Yes.
You all were a workout for me. And you looked like you was going to beat me up. When you go back to that moment, what stands out to you, just either of you, that moment as we confronted some of those issues to kind of clear the way for what is in front of you and what you are experiencing right now?
We needed it. You know,
Yeah.
I think, you gave us the lashing that we all deserved.
Yes.
Because we had just gotten so involved in who did what or not what we did to other people. It was all about, so what you do to me, so I'm going to be like that to you. So, and sometimes you just got to stop and sit down and have somebody be like, what are y'all doing? And we needed that.
You reminded us that family is important and to love each other and how fortunate we are to have each other. So
Absolutely.
we thank you so much
Yes.
for
Yes.
your words. We appreciate that.
It saved our family.
Yes, it did.
You should have heard my kids talking about that show. You would fall out. They said, oh, Daddy, man, somebody gonna get a whooping.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They said, I heard that voice before. Who has the strongest family values amongst the 5 sisters? Who's the one that's...
That's tough.
I think it's intermittent, because
Yeah.
whenever someone's going through their own personal trials and tribulations, that's when one of us or some of us will come together and be that person who has something encouraging or has something poignant to say. So I think it happens whenever someone is going through a certain situation in their lives.
That's it. So you take turns.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Tracy's been that lately.
Yes, Tracy. Come through, Tracy.
Yeah, she'll snatch us together.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You get them together. huh?
Yeah, it's with experience in life. I'm the only one that's been married for 20 years
She
together.
threw that little
25.
plug out.
Right,
She did.
you got it.
I find that really fascinating. You gave up a lot. You could have done more with your career and with your life, but you chose to really go to Baltimore, focus on your family, and establish a family.
Yes.
Are you happy with that?
Now I can say I'm happy.
Okay.
I can say I'm happy. Before I wasn't happy. I gained a lot of weight. I was never a big chick.
That's true.
And I gained so much weight, I got up to 238 pounds. I ended up diabetic, hypertension, and I didn't like myself.
Okay.
And I wasn't able to like my husband. to really love my child like I supposed to, or love my sisters, love my mother and my father and my brother.
Is it because you thought you missed something?
I think because I felt I was left behind.
Okay.
But I wasn't left behind. It just wasn't my time.
Right.
You know, my flower wasn't ready to bloom.
Right.
And God had to reveal to me, to say to me, you know what? You have a lot of learning to do and to love yourself even more. You know, so everything is in the divine order.
Yeah.
And this is my order.
And it's funny. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I really do get it. And what you perceive as being left behind, I perceive as being up front.
Come on.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you're ahead of the game. You have something to show for your life. You pour it into your family and your kids, and you have a stability that often success robs people from having. It's hard to have it all. It's hard to have it all. Tawanda, you went through something recently, went through a divorce. It was a very tough time, a very difficult decision. How was that then, and how are you faring now?
Well, I'm still going through the process of divorce.
Okay.
A lot of it is really going to be revealed on Braxton Family Values, but it's a little challenging because my kids are still small. I have a 10 and 11-year-old, so that's a little challenging just to see how they're going through it. And I kind of pull from what Trina's gone through with her divorce and what my parents have gone through with theirs, right? To know what to do and what not to do and how I want to handle things.
Trina, you held up your fingers, you said twice.
Twice.
Is it the career that kills the marriage? Is it the marriage that can't handle the career? How does that work?
Well, you know, a marriage happens well before the wedding day. You know, you have to really establish the relationship. And my first time around with my first husband, we were really, really young. And I was just so full of my own valor. And this is just a man that I went and just had to have, you know. And I was just too young to handle the responsibility of marriage and children and being a wife and handling my career. The second time, it just was what it was. And you know, sometimes when you grow up, you grow out of love. And sometimes when you mature in a relationship, you have to notice that those things aren't for you and that person's not for you. But you still have love for them, but you just don't want to be with them. And don't pay any attention to what Tamar and Tony
Because sometimes it's just the man, though. Do you think that was the right man?
At the time, I did.
Lies.
Not, well, but that's why you didn't marry him. Hallelujah.
How do you manage? Because all of you got such strong personalities. Do you get in each other's business? Do you get a pass to get in each other's business?
Yes. You're always in each other's business.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, sometimes you write your own past, Tamar.
I'm sorry.
Like she just did.
I'm really working on giving my unsolicited advice, but sometimes I can't help myself. Because I'm sorry. Did I hurt you?
No.
Okay, because I didn't mean to hurt you.
But try to help yourself, though.
Yeah, but that was the wrong people for you.
Do you value each other's opinion ultimately, even though you fight and argue? At the end of the day, do you value each other's opinion? Or do you feel like the opinions are spiked with personal pain?
All of that.
All the above.
All of the above.
Yes.
All of the above.
Absolutely.
Wow. How do you manage, and I'm wondering, how do you do this? How do you manage to brand the family you have, your immediate family, when you have your peripheral family so prominent? I mean, that's kind of hard.
Yeah, it is.
How to the ones of you that have kids and husbands and you're trying to build a life and have a Christmas and give the children traditions, does your family get swallowed up by the Braxton family?
Absolutely.
All the time.
Absolutely.
And do you mind it?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I don't mind it.
They all spoken about sometimes, like they're twins or something.
Tamar minds it all the time. I
Yeah.
mean, she wants us always to be together. One melting pot, like all live in the house like they did on South Fork on Dallas.
Okay.
Remember, she wants us all to live in one house. Like, why can't we just buy one house? And that doesn't make sense.
I just believe in the blended family. I just really, at the end of the day, like, I just feel like we can overcome anything. You know, it's nothing too serious that we can't talk about and that we shouldn't talk about. Like you said, that time when you know, gave us our faces. You know, to be honest, like, everybody is above ground, so it could be worked out.
Yeah.
So why not have a conversation? Let's just move on and be a family.
Yeah, see, that's so true. The crazy thing about Tamar, for all of her drama and for all her carrying out, sometimes I think you're still a 6-year-old little girl.
Yes.
Getting every, is that right?
Yes. 1000%.
Yeah, I think so. Hey, we're going to have more with the Braxton sisters when we come back. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. We're talking Braxton family values today, and I'm adding the matriarch of the family, Miss E, or Evelyn Braxton, to the conversation. Welcome. She's joining her daughters, Tony, Tamar, Tawanda, Trina, and Tracy, and we don't know what's going to happen from here. You must be a fearless woman to be locked up with these crazy girls.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I have to be. I got to keep up.
But do they get the craziness from you? Is it really coming from you? Come on, you can tell me.
Maybe
Yeah.
just a tad.
Just a little
but
bit?
Most of it is from their dad.
Oh, that's coming from him. Yeah. We're going to tell that. Did your girls, you've got 5 girls and 1 son, right?
Right.
Okay. Did your girls argue more when they were little or now that they're grown?
Now that they're grown.
Really?
Now that I told them one time, I said,
Why are y'all screaming? They're screaming about the picture.
I look cute. I look cute, though. I look cute.
That was Alpha, and this is Omega. You're cool. So tell me again, what when you were raising them, were they more dramatic or more now? Which days do you miss? Maybe I should say it that way.
I missed it mostly when they were smaller.
Yeah.
I missed that. You know, because they were each other's best friend. I mean, they would share. It wasn't a big fight. I mean, they would have their days. When they're fighting, do you try to be the glue that holds them together? You know, I used to be, but then now I'm telling them, listen, you guys are old enough now.
Right.
Solve the problem. Sit down and talk about it, because you can't kill me.
Right.
Whatever I have left, I want it for me.
Right.
You know,
Isn't
so
that,
I have to stay healthy.
I am with you on that. You know? It's our time now, right?
My time.
Ooh, work it out.
Get it together, for God's sake. And so they're seeing, after your talk, did I ever thank you?
I'll take it now.
Look at God. Glory.
It made a difference.
Thank you. Oh, my God, yes. Now they're talking, and they don't hold the anger a long time. You know, one can talk to the other, and so on and so forth.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Hercules. What do you think about your family has captured the fascination of the country?
I feel like because we're just like everybody else. You know, we go through the same things. You know, we agree to disagree. Sometimes we like each other, sometimes we don't. You know, we go through the same things that everybody else go through in life. We're trying to figure out our careers, trying to figure out, you know, our own personal families, with motherhood. And sometimes somebody say something that really, really irritates you. And, you know, but just the only difference is that we work it out on television.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Vince, help all the husbands out in the world. When are those moments in a strong family that you just kind of tip out like you're in church and say, excuse me, I'm not in the mess?
All the time.
All the time. That's your advice for the men, just walk away?
Just walk away, because at the end of the day, these women love each other, and they're going to work through it, and it's not none of your business.
I get it. I get it.
That's what I say.
But they go to him.
Absolutely.
They go to him and be like, Vince, can you talk to Tamar, please?
Yeah, we tell on Tamar sometimes.
Really? That's because you drama girl.
Not really. You know, I don't think.
I'm gonna ask your mama. I don't trust you, Miss Evelyn. We're gonna play a game. I'm gonna give you a name. I'm gonna describe a condition, and you tell me which kid it describes. Okay?
I will.
Okay. Yeah, I know you will. I trust you. The most sensitive.
Trina.
Y'all agree?
Yes. That's correct.
Definitely.
Biggest troublemaker.
Tony.
What? Tamar.
Let your mama answer, girl.
Really, it's Tamar.
Really? No wonder she's trying to
Trust me.
Yeah.
It's Tamar.
Why am I the troublemaker?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
You don't want to be a therapist. You're just trying to be mama. Who's the peacemaker?
Tawanda, basically.
Really? Oh, that's so sweet. Most dramatic?
Don't try me, mama.
Well, can you have 2?
Yeah, name 2.
Tamar.
You just winning all the awards today.
Tony is Tony.
Don't even put me in that.
Am I not right, girl?
This is Toni Braxton, living legend. She's
Both of
something.
them.
She's dramatic.
Well, Toni can be also.
Can she?
A little bit.
And so
She
can
looks so
Tracy.
demure and everything.
Tracy
You had
too.
me fooled. Are you drama behind the scenes?
Only this much.
Only that much.
I tried to help, to no
Really?
avail.
Really?
Big sister.
Who's the daddy's girl?
Tamar
And Tracy.
Tracy.
and Tracy.
Yeah.
Dad, who you think Daddy's girl would be?
Good answer, Dad.
That's true.
He said all of them.
He said all of
He
them.
said all.
He said all of y'all are daddy's girl. Who's the best cook?
I am.
Live.
Hands down, baby.
Tracy. It's Toni.
Really?
It's Tracy.
No,
Toni.
nobody
It's
wants
Tracy.
that.
It's Tracy.
Nobody wants that. It's me. It's
Well,
me.
we're gonna have to bring y'all back and have
Come on,
a
Mommy, tell
cook-off.
the truth and shame the devil. Come on,
Tracy.
come
Well,
on.
Who's the best
all of
cook?
them have their specialty.
Okay.
All of them.
I specialize in everything.
You specialize in everything.
All of them.
We're just getting started. I'm adding their father to the mix. Oh, I'm getting bold now. Michael Braxton Sr. joins the group. Stay where you are and catch us.
I'm the best cook.
You're the best.
Mama, come on.
Hey, we're talking about family values today with the Braxton family. I mean, we got the whole gang here. Tracy, Trina, Tawanda, Toni, Tamar, and their mother, Evelyn. And we just added their father, Evelyn's ex-husband, Michael Braxton Sr. Lord have mercy. I jumped it right into the fire. You know,
God is real.
it must be hard to be you. I bet.
It's gotten better.
Okay. I just want to know, are you in Evelyn's good graces now?
You have to ask her that.
We're very civil.
You're very civil. Okay.
Well, you know,
And that's good.
Yeah, yes, civil is good. We'll take civil.
Yeah, let's take that.
We'll take civil.
the girls have said, and they recognize that one of the reasons why they had so much conflict was because we had so much conflict.
Right, right.
And if we're the leaders, the head of the family, we need to exemplify that to show that these are our children. We can't get together. I would expect for them to get together.
You know, one of the things that was really amazing and about doing reality TV, which I tip my hat to you for being able to do, because that is not for the faint of heart. And one of the things you took on sharing what happened that tore your marriage apart in the show, was that difficult for you to like come out front and just be open about your relationship, your history? And
I really felt that get it out and deal with it and try to work past it. I mean, bad decisions, how do you get past that?
Right.
And I felt that I let myself down, I let God down, I let the church down, I let the family down, and I was beating up on myself all that time.
Wow.
And, you know, we sometimes make poor choices.
Right.
And where do you go from there?
Right.
You know, do you sit there and waddle in your own grief and it's all about me, 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 me? It's not all about you.
Right.
There's other people who are affected with it also. So I had to get past that.
How have your daughters been instrumental in building a bridge back, or has it been on you? I mean, did you all play hard to get? Were you mad at him?
Yeah,
Moments. Yeah. For a while, yeah.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
We were also, you know, affected because our mom was affected.
Right.
You know, and so we took on a lot of that as well.
So, see, this is important because there are a lot of men who are estranged from their families for one reason or another, a family that they loved, but they in some way disappointed. How did you get them back?
Continue talking, because one thing that I felt I had to do was isolate myself. Get away from them. They don't want to be with you, and they were always trying to reach out to me. Daddy, come on, come visit me. No, I can't visit. I can't face you. And they slowly got me back in, and I've been visiting them more often now.
How does that feel to have them back?
I love it. I really miss them. You know, I love the girls. My son is my best friend. But I just miss the girls so much. I miss them laughing. I miss them arguing. But, you know, it's just family, how it used to be.
How does that feel to hear your father say that you're that important to him after all you've been through?
It's important to hear, your parents be transparent, because we always look to them to be the rocks of Gibraltar, and we have to realize that they are people first, and they have their vulnerable moments as well. So it's great to see them have these vulnerable moments, because that's how we can grow, because you have to let that guard down first, and you have to be honest with yourself before you can be honest with anybody else.
Absolutely. So. Let me ask you something. This is a great question. I think it's an important question. How has your father and mother's relationship affected how you see men and how you interact with men? Or are they two different things altogether?
No, it ain't two separate things.
No, it's not two separate things.
For me, it is.
Okay, with me too.
Really?
It's two separate things.
How is it the same for you? How is it the same for you?
Well, because, ever since, what happened between my parents, my mother would say, all men cheat except for Obama. So...
That's an expectation.
You're waiting for the shoe to drop,
So how is it different for you, T?
I had a different opinion, had a different perspective, because my marriage was completely different than our parents. Mommy and Daddy met when they were 14 and 15 years old and got married right after high school and had 6 kids. I didn't have that same experience. I got to grow and become a woman and have a career, and it was different for me.
You got to know yourself first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, come on, and you were at a different stage of life
Absolutely.
than her. Do you see that you had at one point perhaps father hunger? And how did that interact with how you interacted with men? Were you looking for him in them? Or were you angry at them because of him, or suspicious of them because of him?
I think we were lucky because my parents got a divorce when we were older.
Yeah.
I was like in my 30s. Tamar how old was I?
20. I was 21.
So I was 31 when my parents got a divorce. So we were a little older. We weren't like 10.
It didn't affect you like that.
Wanda kids, yeah. But we were still broke down about it.
Yeah, because your family is so tight. And, y'all had those little girl components in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at you when I said it, but nothing personal. What have you learned about family and mistakes and forgiveness and healing that makes you a better person than you were had everything gone smoothly?
Only thing I can say, you can only change yourself. And once you change yourself, you can present to others that you have a boundary, and I'm not going to deal with that or accept it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think we still have our issues, but I think your words has helped us.
Good.
How do I say it? It's helped us so much. I mean, we still argue and get on each other's nerves and drive each other to drink sometimes, but we're often reminded because of your speech and your monologue just helped us through it. Like, okay, what did Bishop Jake say? So everybody in the world should have a little bit of this.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, that is why I'm doing the show. Because I think sometimes the people, you all could get a counselor, but there are many, many people who need counseling and can't get it. And when you share your story with other people, it helps all kinds of other people who don't know how to talk, don't know how to deal with it. And speaking to you other people, we're going to take a break because we got bills to pay. We're going to pass this collection plate, and we'll be back after this.
That was a good talk.
We are talking about family values today with the multi-talented Braxton family. I'm here with the whole gang. I got Evelyn, Tracy, Trina, Tony, Tawanda, Tamar, and their father, Michael. I get tired naming all these things. It's crazy. It's too many of y'all. Tony, you've been dealing with a few issues with lupus and your heart. Talk to me about you.
Yeah, I'm feeling today is a good day. Let me say that. I was diagnosed with lupus in 2007. And of the lupuses, I have the worst, but of the worst, I have the best, so that's my silver lining. But it's been challenging being on the road, and I'm just so fortunate to have my family, because whenever I'm down and out, I can call my mom or my sisters, and they'll make me laugh, or they'll sneak out on the road and come see me, so that's the wonderful part about having a great family like that.
Wow, that's so important. Our prayers and thoughts are with you. I know that there are challenging days. When you all get that call from her and you know that she's having a bad day, who's the first one to rush out there? Who's got the nurse tendencies?
It's between Tamar and Tawanda. They
Really?
come out immediately. I call my mom first, and I know she'll say, Tony's not feeling good, and I know someone will come out and check up on me. So.
Good. Tracy, you got a new project coming up too?
Yes, I do. And it's coming out very soon. Sometimes they tell me, okay, it's going to happen, and don't going to happen. I'm like, oh, God. It's like a car, you driving a Pinto, and it...
Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I'm right here, Tracy. I love Tracy Braxton.
Tawana, you got a new role in the movie too?
I do. I just got a new role for Bishop Carlton Pearson's movie.
Wow.
I know. I'm really excited about it.
Well, that's great. That's incredible. Woo, listen, we're going to let you all in on a real treat. We cannot let you leave without singing something for us today. Am I right? So, I don't want to have to get down on my knees and beg. I don't mind. I'll get down, but I can't get back up. I drops it like it's hot. It's getting back up that's the problem, you know? What, will you all sing a little something for us?
We definitely will.
I'm going to get out of the way. See?
Okay.
Okay, we'll go over here. There's more room.
Yeah, and give you some room. I'm going to come over here.
Go ahead.
Let y'all do your thing.
Dad, you gotta move.
It is well with my soul. With my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul.
Wow, give it up. Give it up. Give it up, everybody, for the Braxtons. There's nobody like them. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Next time I'm singing with you, I don't care what nobody says. We'll be right back, y'all. One more time. Hey, everybody, we have been talking about family values today, and it's been an amazing opportunity to have the Braxton family here with us. Give it up for them, and let's celebrate them. I want you to understand what this represents through storms, through tests, through trials, through craziness, through drama. They stick together. They held it together, and they did it in front of us. That is not easy. Maybe in your house, in your home, your apartment, your garage apartment, I don't care where you are, whoever loves you and you love them, you need to pull that thing together and stick together and learn how to forgive one another and keep it moving.
Yes.
Thanks to my special guests again, the Braxton family. We love you very much. It was great to have them here, and I'll see you next time. Love you. Love you. Much success, Mama. You're the man. You're the man. You are the best. I still want the biscuits. I ain't playing about my biscuits, okay? What's up, pretty? Good to see you. Yeah. Oh, boy. Love you. Love you. Happy. Thank you, man. You're the best. Thanks for making this. Who did I owe? Give me some love. Yes, yes, yes. Very beautiful. Love you. Yes.